Can men and women really be friends? Let's find out.
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 When Harry Met Sally moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at our favorite scenes from this classic rom-com.
I took her to a place that wasn't human. She actually meowed.
You made a woman meow?
Yeah.
Number 10. Their initial road trip.
Oh, hi, Sally. Sally, this is Harry Burns. Harry, this is Sally Albright.
The film kicks off with Harry and Sally first meeting when they carpool together from the University of Chicago to New York City. It's an 18-hour drive, so the two have plenty of time to get to know each other. But let's just say it doesn't get off to a good start.
Grape?
No, I don't like to eat between meals.
It's clear from the get-go that these two characters couldn't be more different or have less in common. And it seems like their route is going to be a long one. Looking back at these scenes when you know how the movie ends, however, is actually pretty darn charming.
Why don't you tell me the story of your life?
Number 9. Harry's dark side.
Amanda mentioned you had a dark side.
That's what drew to me.
Your dark side.
Sure.
On their long drive, our unlikely pair has the chance to talk about a lot of things, including their respective dark sides. Harry accuses Sally of not having a dark side, and though Sally insists that she does have one, she fails to offer up any good examples to prove him wrong.
I have just as much of a dark side as the next person.
Oh, really?
Then, without missing a beat, Harry delivers one of the movie's most iconic lines about how when he gets a new book, he flips to the last page to see how it ends, in case he dies before he can finish it. Sally isn't impressed, but it's an anecdote that stuck with viewers for years to come.
That, my friend, is a dark side.
That doesn't mean you're deep or anything. I mean, yes, basically I'm a happy person.
So am I.
And I don't see that there's anything wrong with that.
Number 8. Sally's ordering.
I'd like the chef salad, please, with the oil and vinegar on the side and the apple pie a la mode.
During a meal they have together at a roadside diner, Harry gets some more insight into Sally's personality when she turns a simple order into a notably elaborate ordeal. Though it bothers Harry, she's not at all ashamed of her complex manner of placing an order at a restaurant, saying that she knows what she likes.
What?
Nothing.
This comes up several times throughout the film, and when setting her up with someone, Harry even praises her ordering style, saying that she knows how to make a dish perfect, better than the chef himself.
Jazz, Sally is a great orderer. Not only does she always pick the best thing on the menu, but she orders it in a way that even the chef didn't know how good it could be.
Of course, in the end, Harry agrees with her decision to request the sauce for their wedding cake on the side.
Huge coconut cake with the tears, and there was this very rich chocolate sauce on the side.
Right. Because not everybody likes it on the cake because it makes it very soggy.
Number 7. Their fight at the wedding.
Harry,
What?
I don't want to talk about this.
Why not?
I don't want to talk about it.
After a double date that doesn't exactly go as planned, Harry and Sally find their best friends getting married to each other. The problem is that not long before the big day, Harry and Sally sleep together for the first time and end up falling out because of their differing expectations.
Is one of us supposed to be a dog in this scenario?
Yes.
Who is the dog?
You are.
At Marie and Jess's reception, the two end up having a blowout fight that feels oh so relatable for anyone who's found themselves in a complicated relationship with a friend. The fact that the happy couple toasts them right afterwards is just the icing on the cake.
We both agreed it was a mistake.
The worst mistake I ever made.
Number 6. Talking about cuddling.
How long do I have to lie here and hold her before I can get up and go home?
After not seeing each other for years, Harry and Sally run into one another at the airport and end up sitting together on the plane. Harry announces that he's engaged, much to Sally's surprise. He goes on to talk about how he's tired of the single life and everything that comes with it, including deciding how long he has to cuddle with a woman after they've slept together.
Is 30 seconds enough?
That's what you're thinking.
Sally and the audience are pretty much horrified by this admission because of its frank honesty and the insight it gives us into the male psyche, at least as far as Harry is concerned.
Somewhere between 30 seconds and all night is your problem.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, you do.
Number 5. All the older couples.
And 2 weeks later, we were married. And it's over 50 years later, and we are still married.
One of the best and most memorable things about this movie is the fact that throughout the film, we get interviews with older couples interspersed between scenes, breaking up the plot, but in a good way. These interviews were inspired by real ones conducted by writer Nora Ephron, though it's worth noting that they were recreated using actors.
Then a couple of years later at Eddie Colicchio's funeral, I ran into her. I was with some girl I don't even remember.
Roberta.
Right, Roberta. But I couldn't take my eyes off you.
Each story seems funnier than the last, as every couple tells the story of how they met or shares some insight into their relationship. The last one is, of course, the best of all, because it features our star-crossed protagonists themselves.
Yeah, it only took 3 months.
12 years and 3 months.
Number 4, their first night together.
She's supposed to be his transitional person. She's not supposed to be the one.
When Sally learns that her ex is getting married, she's understandably devastated and calls her friend Harry for some emotional support. What starts off as simply a friend comforting a friend quickly turns into something more, and the two end up sleeping together unexpectedly. From everything we've seen up until this point in the movie, it's pretty clear that this isn't going to go well. So the audience is forced to watch with bated breath to see exactly how it all falls apart. Sure enough, it ends badly. But the simultaneous phone calls they have with their best friends the next day does add some levity to the situation. Number 3, the speech about men and women being friends.
You realize, of course, that we could never be friends.
Why not?
On their initial road trip, one of the most memorable conversations that Harry and Sally have is about the nature of friendship, and whether men and women are capable of being friends without sexual attraction getting in the way. Harry thinks it's impossible, saying that men want to sleep with all their female friends, even the ones they aren't particularly attracted to.
Because no man can be friends with a woman that he finds attractive. He always wants to have sex with her.
Later in the movie, he amends his statement, saying that if both parties are in relationships, it can work. In the end, of course, these two prove that Harry's point is pretty much right, in their case at least.
Well, I guess we're not going to be friends then.
Guess not.
Number 2, I'll have what she's having.
Most women at one time or another have faked it.
While there are lots of iconic moments in this film, almost none can top this one in terms of how well remembered it is. Even if you've never seen When Harry Met Sally, you've undoubtedly seen this part. On a trip to the famed Katz's Deli in New York, Harry and Sally start talking about the concept of women faking orgasms. Harry thinks it never happens with him, but Sally tries to prove him wrong. The display she puts on is not only hilarious, but also features some seriously impressive acting. We'll have what she's having too.
I'll have what she's having.
Before we get to our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Because someday, believe it or not, you'll go 15 rounds over who's gonna get this coffee table. This stupid, wagon wheel, Roy Rogers garage sale coffee table.
Waiter,
There's too much pepper on my paprikash,
on my paprikash.
but I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie.
Baby fish mouth!
Ethel
Baby
Merman.
fish mouth!
15 seconds.
A big baby mouth.
Baby boom!
Baby...
Draw something resembling anything.
Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you out in my surrey. When I take you out in my surrey with the fringe on top. Now you...
Let's just say I'm really just not a big fan of Jimmy Breslin.
Well, he's the reason I became a writer, but that's not important.
Number 1, the happy ending.
I love you.
How do you expect me to respond to this?
How about you love me too?
One of the reasons why fans love to rewatch this flick around the holidays is that the climactic scene takes place at a big New Year's Eve party. In a lot of ways, this movie paved the way for so many romantic comedies that came after it, and this big, showy declaration of love is one of the elements that became a rom-com mainstay.
I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Harry's speech to Sally is adorable and heartfelt, with touches of comedy added in for good measure. Our hearts melt every time we watch this scene, because even though it took them a long time to get there, we knew there was no other possible ending than this one.
That is just like you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you. And I hate you, Harry. I really hate you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.